Did you know that the whole concept of dialectic, which we think of now as this really high-minded form of logic, actually started with Greek sophists?
That's a wild origin story, isn't it? They're basically teaching people how to manipulate arguments.
For lawsuits, for politics. I mean, it was literally about making the worse appear the better reason.
Until Socrates came along and completely transformed it into a tool for finding actual truth.
And that's what we're exploring. Here are the most game-changing insights from the essay Practical Wisdom that could transform how you think and act.
We're looking at the essay, The Evolution and Tension of Dialectical Thought.
And let's just define dialectic really simply, so we're all on the same page. It's the art of resolving intellectual conflicts.
Right, taking two opposing ideas and getting somewhere new from the friction. It's the engine of thought.
But like you said, the sophists saw it as a weapon for winning.
At any cost. But Plato, he saw it so differently. He called dialectic the coping stone of the sciences.
A coping stone, that's what holds a whole wall together, right? So for him, this wasn't just a party trick.
Not at all. It was the ultimate path. He wasn't interested in just winning an argument. He wanted to use that clash of ideas to ascend, to climb from just an opinion all the way up to genuine knowledge.
To see the one and the good.
Exactly. To strip away everything false.
Okay, so fast forward a bit and we get to Hegel, and this is where people's eyes usually glaze over because he's famously dense.
He is, but he had this core idea that reality itself follows this pattern of conflict and resolution. And there's a really simple way to grasp it.
The house building analogy, I love this.
It makes it so clear. So you start with the architect's design. That's your initial idea, the thesis. Perfect on paper.
But it's just a plan, a ghost, really.
Right. To become a real house, it has to meet reality. It has to clash with the natural world, gravity, the weight of the stone, the limits of wood.
And that resistance, that's the antithesis.
Precisely. And here's the key insight. We usually see those things, gravity, resistance, as problems that ruin the perfect plan.
But Hegel is saying the complete opposite.
He's saying the struggle is the plan. The friction isn't an obstacle to building the house. It's the only way the house gets built at all. The finished house, the synthesis, is richer and more real because it contains that struggle.
That's a huge mental shift. Friction isn't failure, it's construction.
It's everything.
Before we get to how Marx turns this all upside down, I should mention, you are experiencing a unique two-host AI conversation powered by Google's NotebookLM for deeper, more dynamic book analysis.
And if you enjoy this kind of analysis, really getting to the core of an idea, you should check out Mindful Moments. It's our YouTube channel offering AI book analysis, summaries, and critiques. It's all about inspiring reflection and rational thought.
It really fits with this idea of finding value in the struggle. Okay, so Marx. He looks at Hegel's system and essentially says,
Great engine, but you've got it pointed at the sky.
That's a perfect way to put it. Hegel was all about abstract ideas and spirit.
And Marx looked down at the factories, at the material world. He took that same pattern, thesis, antithesis, synthesis, and applied it to society.
So instead of an idea clashing with gravity, Marx saw, groups of people?
Yes. Economic classes, the bourgeoisie, the owners, they have the plan. They are the thesis, the proletariat, the workers. They are the resistance, the antithesis.
And that conflict for Marx wasn't just some random event.
It was inevitable. A necessary friction that would, over time, create a new social structure, a synthesis.
So whether it's an idea, a house, or a society, the underlying mechanism is conflict, creating a new reality. So what's the big takeaway for someone listening right now?
It's the difference between information and understanding. We are drowning in information-isolated facts, trivia.
Like knowing a historical date but not why the event happened.
Exactly. That's just data. Dialectic, this way of thinking, is the tool that turns raw information into real understanding. It forces you to see the connections, the hidden forces that collided to make that fact happen.
It's the difference between just seeing a single dot and actually seeing the entire web.
And that leads to a pretty challenging question for all of us. Does our modern education focus way too much on just giving us the dots, the information, and not nearly enough on the skill of spotting the web? The skill of seeing the hidden assumptions and conflicts?
That is definitely the question to think on. To keep building that skill, click the link on screen for the in-depth book essential ideas. Subscribe, share, pursue the link, and think rationally.
See the many genre-based book podcasts at Mindful Moments. Nourish your mind on the go.